everyone, it's Charlton. So, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, he says that he has proof that the Syrian government of Bashar al-Assad did in fact use chemical weapons on his own people over the weekend Saturday. We've all seen the videos and the pictures of the children foaming in the mouth. And I think reportedly 40 people were killed by chemical weapons, but maybe as high as 70. And the Russians and Bashar al-Assad's government claim that it was all fake and staged, in order to basically, it's a provocation to engage the West and get us involved in the conflict. So, but the president of France now claims that he's seen proof that but he doesn't provide any details. It says Macron said Paris had established that the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad had used chemical weapons, including chlorine, on April 7th in the town of Douma. He did not provide any details on the evidence or how it was acquired. Over at the BBC, same thing. Did Macron offer evidence? The French leader had previously said any strikes would target the Syrian government's chemical capabilities. He did not give the source of his information, but said, "We have proof that last week, chemical weapons, at least chlorine, were used by the regime of Bashar al-Assad." Asked in a TV interview whether France would join strikes on Syria, he said, "We will need to take decisions in due course when we judge it most useful and effective." And actually, Trump's most recent tweet, and he's been pretty vocal on this, as expected. Even warning Russia previously in one of his previous tweets saying, they're coming, and if you're in the way, so be it, or something like that. Pretty high, intense rhetoric, but it seems to be ratcheting down, and I think Russia has even ratcheted down their rhetoric. We have been moving assets into the region. I was watching Oliver North on, I think, Shannon Bream the other night, and he was explaining that, these things can't happen like in 24, 48 hours. You literally have to get military assets into place that takes a number of days, and also make arrangements with allied forces and places where you can land your planes and refuel and so forth. But in Trump's most recent tweet, he says, never said when an attack on Syria would take place, could be very soon, or not so soon at all. In any event, the United States, under my administration, has done a great job of ridding the region of ISIS. Where is our thank you, America? Where is our quote, "Thank you, America," unquote? So, I've been waiting every night to see, the breaking news that it began, and just to see the extent of our response, whether it would be some kind of surgical, limited response that was just meant to be symbolic and send a message, or whether it would be some broader, bigger campaign of a little bit more permanent nature and involve us in the conflict, in a bigger way. And I think most people don't want that, including Trump. I don't think he's going to be fooled into doing something that draws us into a war, no matter how much the defense industry would love that. And I think there's a lot of things at play here, So, I could go through all the details. Lift the Veil, I've been watching his channel big time on this, and this seems to be his sweet spot. He's been reporting on this daily, nightly, really cool stuff. So I'd rather not try to smash all the things that have happened up until now, and it's just waiting for the response. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Well, real quickly, what is Russia's position? Russia has described the reports of a chemical attack as a provocation designed to justify Western intervention against its ally, and accused militant rebels of fabricating it. Senior Russian figures have warned that missiles threatening the country's forces in Syria would be shot down and their launch sites targeted. So, because they have that S-400, those anti-aircraft missiles, I think I saw them in the Daily Mail. I wish I had them up right now. There it is. Threatening to, shoot down any missiles that would be fired at in Syria, and including the launch sites, which was pretty bold statement. Deadly S-400 anti-aircraft missiles Ring of Steel protects Assad. U.S. fears network of Russian air defense that could shoot down 80 planes at once from 248 miles away. And that's them there. They're pretty nasty, man. So the USS Donald Cook is in the region. That's a battle destroyer, and that's equipped with Tomahawk missiles, as I understand it. There's an aircraft carrier that's been moved into the region. I think the USS Harry Truman and other naval assets. So as well as France has some smaller vessels, not quite the extent that we do, but. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. As soon as, something happens, I will make a video about it for sure. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.